All right, so this is a new series in which basically we'll go through a different set of best videos on different categories. And today we're going to start with the top 5 or the best 5 financial educational channels. And the reason I like educational channels so much is because they have one of the highest CPMs. So if you're looking to start a YouTube channel, well, here I'm going to review a couple of financial educational channels that are actually performing very well. But first of all, I want to review a little bit of math so that we have an understanding of how we actually calculate how much revenue each one of these channels has the potential of making. So CPM or cost per million, it's basically what YouTube pays for X amount of views. So it's the way to calculate it is, well, you take the total YouTube revenue. You can take this in 30 days, or you can take it in a year, divided by the total number of views produced by the channel in that period of time, and multiply it times 1,000. Now, again, the thing that I really like is that financial educational channels have a very high CPM. And why is that? Well, think about what type of advertising is actually going to go against the inventory that is serving the ad. So it's anything from Bank of America to Ally to Western Union to Robinhood to brokerage accounts. So they all pay high dollars to acquire a customer. And why do they pay high dollars? Because if they're able to acquire a customer, the lifetime value pays in a very big potential. So that's why the ads on this category, although they don't have significant volumes, I mean, they're not PewDiePie's, referring to the number of views, they're a very interesting segment. Now, if you want to calculate what's the total revenue, I have created the formula here. So basically, you take the CPM, the number of YouTube views in 30 days, and then you divide by 1,000. So if you go to a website like Social Blade and you just input the YouTube code for a certain channel, you can make an easy assumption of how to calculate the total revenue that channel will create. So, all right, so let's start with number 5. So lately I've been watching this channel that's called Chicken Genius from Singapore. And I like him because, I mean, first of all, I like anyone that doesn't have any fear about expressing their own opinion, because most people, they're just like rephrasing, rehashing, just like compiling information from things that they have already seen or learned. But the thing that I like about Chicken Genius is that they like to express their own opinion. This is a relatively new channel. It has about 23,000 subscribers, but as of lately, I mean, in the past 30 days, and the way that I actually checked the stats, so I went to Social Blade and inputted the URL for the YouTube channel, and I was able to see that on average they were generating about 435,000 views. Now, to get to the conclusion of how much revenue they're doing a year, basically I multiplied the 435,000 views times 12 and have an average of what the total yearly average. And then I actually, using my extrapolation of what I believe could be for a financial channel, being 20, then concluded that they're making about, or he is making about $104,000 a year. Again, I like this channel. It's very simple. You can see on the bottom, these are recent views. He's making about 31,000 views, 48,000. I mean, so he's making a very significant progress. And I think that the particular reason why he is doing so is because, I mean, he has good thumbnails and everything, but he's really giving his own personal opinion. This is a guy that is around 40-ish years old, and he's been trading for a long while around the market, and is just sharing his thoughts, his an idea. It's relatively new, but I wanted to give you an overall idea of how something just like upstarting looks like. Number 4 is Nate OBrien. Nate OBrien is what you call like a minimalist of like financial education. And I like it because his concepts are very simple. I mean, he talks about common subjects of like what is happening with the market crash. He just gives, again, his own opinion, but he has this minimalistic approach where live a simple life, don't spend a lot of money, and he's doing really well. I mean, doing well means that in the past 30 days, he has accumulated about 2 million views. Again, if you multiply that times 2, and then you take an average CPM of $20, then Nate OBrien is probably making around $480,000 a year. Not bad for a YouTube channel that only has 500,000 subscribers. And so once again, here you see the progression that a specific YouTube channel has when they're able to accumulate an audience and when they focus it specifically in the subjects as financial education. Now you may see the thumbnails. It's all about side hustle strategies, how do you spend money, and overall financial wisdom that anyone should have. The second channel is Andre Jick. Well, I don't know how to pronounce that one, but this one is really a channel that I like. It's pretty much similar to the one that we just saw, in the sense that he's also like a financial minimalist. So I've seen many videos that he has produced, and he's always about saving, living in a house with a roommate, and just taking advantage of like how can he invest, how can he get returns from his different investments, how can he live from yields and stock. And I really like it. And if you look at the numbers, they're similarly interesting. So he has about 473 subscribers. He probably has more traffic in the last 30 days, and if you take CPM again for a year, he's making almost $840,000. Not bad at all. I mean, I really like this guy, and he has like a special add-on whenever he's talking. He has like magic tricks. He's very good with cards, and it's something that just adds a little bit of entertainment. By the way, I'm gonna link in the comments below all the YouTube channels, so that if you want to explore any of them, you may do so. Sorry about that. The next one is Jeremy from Financial Education. Now, this one is my personal favorite, although you might see it as number 2. Here's something that is very interesting from Jeremy. In fact, this is the one that I really follow, and all the other channels I learned about them because I was following Jeremy on Financial Education. Why do I follow Jeremy? Well, because I personally invest in stocks, and one day I was buying Tesla stock and wanted to get an additional opinion. And I really like this channel, first of all, because he knows how to explain stuff in simple terms. And he has this like street smarts that gives it like an additional value. And he also has like an angle of entertainment. Now, you might say, why do I put him in number 2 if he's making less money than the previous one? Well, the thing about Jeremy, and you're gonna see it also below, is that he might have lesser amount of views in this one in particular for the past 30 days, but he makes about $30 CPM, and so this is his first channel, and in his second channel he makes almost the same. So if you combine the two channels, I guess Jeremy's making anything between $1.2 million, so that's the reason why he's number 2 on the stats. From what you can go and just verify by yourself on Social Blade, you'll see that he'll do 1.8. But the thing that I know, and this is something that he confirmed because I saw his dashboard from a previous YouTube, is that instead of being paid 20 on CPM, he's being paid 30 on CPM. So that gives you an idea of how valuable like a constant viewership or followership is to someone that is constantly making content on this category of, let's just say, buying and selling stocks, which is kind of the main focus that Jeremy has. He has financial education, well, this one that you see, and financial education number 2. Now, if I compound the two, he's making north of $1 million. The number 1 channel is actually Stefan. And so he made also like 3.5 million views in the past 30 days. And so if again, we apply the formula that you saw in the past, this guy is making overall almost $840,000 a year, strictly from YouTube revenue. Again, pretty much talking about how to save, how to make money, how to get a loan, how to do your first real estate deal. Personally, although he has very good content, it's not my favorite. I just wanted to take a quick look and signal him here because he produces good content. I personally don't like clickbaity content because it's like how I went from 0 to 100,000. That's my personal opinion, but nonetheless, he creates good content, and the proof is in the pudding. He actually has a good base of followers. So those are my top 5 best financial educational channels. If you have any additional questions or comments, please feel free to comment below. And thanks.